Okay, let's see. Today's stream is gonna be about Hacktoberfest and maybe doing some contributions. Let's see, a couple of things to begin with. Gatsby launched a new showcase, I think, for starters. Which might be something we would like to. Starter library. Submit a starter. I have a starter I would like to submit. Let me think. Submit a starter library. Let's see. Let's try. This URL. So, repositories, starter blog. It's nothing special. It's a fork of the Gatsby blog starter, where what have I added extra? Well, most notably Google structured data, Open Graph and Twitter card stuff, some UI things. So not really like a whole lot. Search for posts tags, that sort of stuff. Mobile menu. So I could want to add this starter. If you created a starter, we'd like to add. Follow these instructions. Steps to get your site added to the follow the steps. It's not my first contribution. Edit the starter's YAML file by adding your starter information to the bottom of the list in the following format. You could imagine this is probably going to be quite the file. Edit. By adding the following information to the bottom of the list in the following format. URL. So URL and true features. Let's check out the file, for example. Need to change it as you simply edit the file by submitting an put and updated, but your starter description tags feature list are up to you. Okay, so the thing starts with a URL and a repo. Like this guy is a new entry here, and then we're gonna be the next entry here. And before committing, I'm just gonna like take a couple of extra lines just so that you can distinguish from that guy. But okay, they have an example of the thing. Link to a demo of your starter. Interesting. I don't have one. Oh, we have demo. Oh, demo is my live site. I wonder if these other entries, the demos, are to a full site or to a this demo site. Okay, we can spin off a super quick demo site. using Netlify. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clone this repo. Actually, Gatsby start blog. Install the dependencies on this guy. Oh, I think they probably were. No, they were not installed when we fetched it. I wonder if it's gonna build something without any additional configuration. Let's see. There will be a link to a demo, link to the repo. This is the repository. Perfect description. Is it a 2.0 starter or not? It's not even 2.0 starter. We might have to change that quick. Shouldn't be much work. About minifab. Not even sure if progress. That's gonna do it for the description, to be honest. Tags, styling, CSS, tags, interesting features. Blog markdown. Let's see. SEO optimization, open graph, Google structured data is a tag, that's for sure. And that's maybe in the features actually. methods in the pictures. Recall read progress. Um, mm, tags. That's probably enough. If needed, is there an SEO tag? Yeah. Oh no, that's my result. Mm, not really in tags. That's enough. Mm, URL to a demo. Okay, so we were about to do a demo of the site. Here it is. Let's see if it will build. That would be a good start. Generating thumbnails. How many thumbnails are there? Oh, because I'm actually it's not the worst. Maybe it's not the best, but it works. I also wonder, because if we've done all that, might as well manifest we have the offline plugin we don't have. We're probably, oh no, we don't have it. So we can make it a full PWA. But anywho, before any of that stuff, let's update the dependencies. Did that. have manifest. We're gonna I wonder if I can upgrade. Would that work? Would that just give me the latest versions of packages, or not really? Let's see. It would be nice if I would just get like the latest version of all that stuff. Then I need to grab the from the plugins. Need to get the offline plugin and configure it. Overriding options, we don't want to do any of that. It's important. No, where is it? If you're using the plugin together with Gatsby plugin offline recommended, the plugin should be listed before the offline plugin so it can cache the created manifest. So this whole thing that resolves to this. This guy's gonna come in here. Nope, that did not go as intended. Let's do it manually. Latest version 204. 2019. Seven. If I press matches the most recent version. Oh, control space is your friend. I hope in config go analytics technically we're gonna remove Google Analytics because Tag Manager could probably serve the analytics through that. So there is that. 3.0 for React Helmet, Sharp sitemap. Without components, I'm not gonna upgrade for reasons. Doesn't really matter. I will upgrade it, but let's see if something breaks gnarly. Cool. Let's reinstall all the dependencies and see if the starter still works. There will be some refactoring to be done. Not really, actually a whole lot. And then let's do a yarn add at this guy. Sitemap, React Helmet, stout components, yada yada yada. File system, transformers. plugin manifest and plugin offline. Looks good to me. The one place where we know we're gonna have a change. Wow. It's gonna be in the layout here and how we do some of the exports. And an example to that would include this project, which already has the layout refactored as an example and how it's included. So we can look at that. Yarn add plugin offline. Where'd it go? Okay. Now let's see that this will not run for sure. I would be super surprised if it actually runs, but it probably shouldn't. Yeah, makes sense. Filter upon defined and headed rejection. Let's try that. Gatsby transformer can't find module prism because Gatsby remark prism chase. Gatsby remark prism JS. Oh, transformer. We also need for that not only the remark, and we also need the prism.js itself. So we have remark prism, but we don't have the other ones. Then in the config resolve Gatsby remark prism.js. Resolve Gatsby transformer remark. Resolve transformer remark. Oh, React is a dependency in this version. So if we look at the Gatsby 2.0 version, we can easily see that React DOM are external dependencies, and as far as I know, only those guys. So let's see. In the meantime, I can actually look at this implementation and see that how is the layout done. Um, let's see. React helmet. Yeah, might have remembered that I have that too. Let's get that going as well. Okay, that's some progress. Failed to compile with one error. React version not specified in ESLint plugin React settings. I can make a file here. Code ESLint rc. What did I do? I missed a dot. That does this. Plugins React global blah blah blah. That should resolve some things. Cool, we have first successful compilation. I have a bunch of deprecations that still needs to be resolved. Where everywhere where we use GraphQL, we need to import it from Gatsby. So we need to do import GraphQL from Gatsby, like so. Was there somewhere else? You see what pages? It's pretty much all the pages really. There are not markdown pages, so this markdown page. This one is not. This one we do not need. Index link is no longer imported from Gatsby link. It's imported from Gatsby. As such. But then again, why are we importing link when we're not even using it? And then blog posts. Cool. Let's run that again and see static query in a component. Kafka query in a non-page component, blah blah blah, will not be run. Export queries are only executed for page components instead of exporting. Pose it into a static query. So this is basically telling me that I need to resolve the layout page. In which case, if I look at another example from this page, all I want to do is I want to import again, or actually the same thing, but we also want to get a static query from here. The rest is irrelevant until we get to the point where we are exporting our main component from this page, which is the template wrapper, I think. We're not using those prop types elsewhere, so I might clean that up from here as well. Prop types, and then we want to write a static query in here. So what is being returned instead of this chunk here, before we return this, we are going to do something else. We're going to do a static query where the query will be something GraphQL yada yada, and then a render prop where that will be something else. Data will return something, and what data will return pretty much React fragment, and then all the stuff that we had, so that whole div with all that stuff. Now our GraphQL query that will run needs to be pretty much this query, which is this guy. Data gets created here. I think that this should compile. It's usually a bad sign where this doesn't even because I haven't closed the render. So after the render prop, I need to close the static query. Now it formats. Okay, cool. If this oops. Cool. Successful build. All good. except for a couple of deprecation warnings, which stem from Gatsby node. So what are they saying? They're saying that bound action creators is deprecated. Please use actions instead. Okay. For migration instructions, visit blah blah. Is that it? That's the last bit. I think that's the last little bit. Copying file from error resources locked or busy blah blah. Do it again and you should not see that error. I don't know, some Windows weird thing. Probably with that busy resource. Okay, cool. So we have a clean build. Everything seems to work now properly. Template wrapper is being exported, and wherever we're importing that, technically I think no, that's for each blog post. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Couple of things we're gonna do. I'm getting triggered with this Visual Studio code wanting to update, so I'm gonna get that update out of the way. Oh, that's so cool. And now let's do that again. I feel something's different. Oh wow, they've changed the menu? These things are a bit darker, I think. Works. Okay, and now, having said that, we can run a npm run build, which should give us a production version, which we can then dump in Netlify, create an example file, and submit the pull request for that thing. Cool. Public folder, I think. Ooh. Something is very wrong, and I don't know what it is. Oh, something is very wrong with this guy. Hmm. I assume this is because we're not wrapping with the layout. So even though the site builds, actually it looks like garbage because half of the styles are not working. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is, much as what we're doing in the other sites, we export that layout and then in each page let's start with this page. We're gonna import the layout. Oh no, where we put it is just in technically. I like to do this because the layout is now a component, so it actually should be right in there with the rest of them. In which case, when it comes down to import, just import layout from components slash layout. Once you import that, we need to wrap the whole thing that is being returned here before the div with that, like so. And we can still use that query just as such, even though, well, anyway, that should get us somewhere, at least to the home page. Oh, okay, there's no images logo because I moved that component and now the links are broken. And basically, sidebar is one level up into components, and then sidebar. That's good. This is not one level up into images. But it's 2 levels up. The static stuff is 1, 2, maybe 3 levels up. Like so. Okay, let's try that again. Nice. With properties of undefined. Let me think. This props location. There should be a system value that comes, but because we're not in that context, what we can do, because we're destructuring the props object, we can just do it like such. What is the next thing? Children is not a function. It most certainly is not. That was the other caveat of refactoring from Gatsby 1 to Gatsby 2. You need to change the way we're calling children, where we take it in as such from props, but when we do the output, we just render children as such. Cool. Okay, so that looks like something. This doesn't, and this doesn't, and this doesn't, but one page at a time. The index page is ready. 404 page doesn't need any work. A blog post page I think also needs to be wrapped in the layout, or yeah, I think so. Let me just verify that, because if I can look at an example, because this is a template, but it seems that we do need to wrap it. Import layout from components, layout, and then wrap this whole guy here in layout, where we say that is the structure again, location, layout, where location is equal to location, grab the whole blog post container, which ends all the way at the bottom. That should give us behaving blog posts. Cool. The images are failing, but we're gonna work on that. And now the blog page is the last one that needs this to be imported. Such. Cool. Now we're cooking. All the other stuff works. I think code snippets work, but images break. Let's see if that's a function of clearing the cache. Which probably it's not. Or something to do with the file paths defined. In here, normally those are relative, so they just have like a relative file path to the file that they have close by. So it could be something that is needed with the remark plugin. Okay, so remark images transformer remark. Gatsby transformer remark images remark prism Gatsby transformer remark. Ew, is it the second resolution of remark? Is overriding maybe something? Let's try. Hmm. I wonder why it gives these busy resources things. But yeah, we have images now. So seems to work as intended if we now run. Did I remove the offline plugin? I hope I didn't. Yeah. And upload a new version of that to Netlify, and we should finally have our preview. There we are. This we don't need, this we don't need. So drop again the public directory around here. Wait a second. Let's do a hard refresh. Wonder if we still have. Okay, there we go. Service worker is active. So that's it. Let's run the audits. Cool. Why so poor on the performance? I don't know. Iframe jQuery, what the heck? Oh, also when we do tests, let's just do them in an incognito so that we can dodge all the extensions that are doing stuff. Cool. That's good. We're logged to the console because the GTM thing. If I Google Tag Manager, if I comment this out, my hypothesis is that we're no longer gonna throw that error. What else is an issue? That should get us the best practices. This is done. Accessibility. There is some image elements do not have out attributes. A bunch. So we need to provide why wouldn't they have out attributes though? I need to check that again. Maybe that one was missed. Here is an image. Here is the out. Image class style out. It has an out. Interesting. Not very sure. Here is a new deploy. Let's do another audit. Cool. So this accessibility is really annoying me because one image elements do not have. Oh, that's a bit of a pickle. Contrast background, smart home preview tags. This guy. I think if it's white, it might have enough. Post lists. Post list component is here. And the smart home tag is being added here with a category and a smart home class. Active. What do I get here on this page then? Okay. How is that for good measure? So black on yellow is the exact same thing. So it probably has something to do with the white on yellow that it doesn't like when the active class changes it to. And the way we've solved it here is by applying category active. When it's active, both box shadow and set, which acts like border instead of color transition. It's coming from here. And there it is. Background color orange, that's okay. But the active class sets to white no longer. And that's it. These are just white and this is just black. So that should solve that issue. And then why are they, if I look at the Gatsby config, if I look at this project's Gatsby config, and if I look for remark, I will see that Gatsby transformer remark images, remark iframe, prism, copy linked files, and smart repants. In transformer remark after prism. Images, prism, copy linked files, and smarty pants. Looks good to me. That should get us the last bit of required dependencies. If we get a new build going on. Oh, wait. A new build going on. The output should be satisfactory. Let's see. Drop this folder here. Okay. Now if we have executed everything correctly, we should get hopefully 100 score across the board. Or not. Post preview tags. Oh, these are these guys here actually. These guys. Post preview tags. This guy. Category. I wanna see. Category smart home is black with orange. So category learning, all these category all, category active. Smart home is black. These are white. HTML element doesn't have a line attribute. This is something I've also tackled previously. I've actually extracted the whole HTML.js and applied that. Works. Right here. JS, npm rebuild. We're just so close to the real deal that it'd be nice to just have like the 100th score across the board. Might as well try to get it. Okay. So what? Is it just the image elements do not have alt attributes? I could see I could try to see how that is different as well, but I don't know. The way I passed the images as such, and then here is the attributes to it, and in this version I'm not doing anything much different. Could be because of a sharp plugin. File system we have. Yeah. Sharp we do not have. It would be good to have. Now Gatsby remark images. Link images to original true. Link images to original is true, yeah. Actually, for both of these we need more than that to do some image processing. For Gatsby plugin sharp, we don't need anything else, just that. Gatsby plugin sharp. For transformer sharp, we need also nothing else. Okay, that's quite straightforward. Source page smart home. Could it be something to do with this not allowing me to copy an image? Okay. Let us see. Let us see. Wow. Those image elements are gonna be my nemesis. Those are just these SVGs here, but they are easy. SVG right arrow. Oh, this is for the I should fetch some descriptive information. What I think I'm gonna put here is post node from. What we can put here is post node front matter title. That is good as it gets basically. Otherwise, unfortunately, for better or worse, the exact same thing. Because that image is for the post itself. So there's 6 total images. This has an arrow. Right arrow. Yeah. Oh, what is happening? Image out. That should cover us on some level. That's probably the last bit of bike shedding on this thing that I'm gonna do. Where is my 2018 music playlist? This is so annoying with those 3 images. The exact same setup almost on here. I don't have any problems with the images. Which is really mind-boggling. Is it? No, it's not. It's these images. But top left box line, title source alt. What do you mean it doesn't have an alt attribute? What do you mean? Why don't these also have like old attributes? That's terrible. Mobile blog listing index page. Okay, so now we can go back to our regular scheduled program where we were doing link to a demo of your starter is this. Repo is correct. Description, tags, features. That's actually relevant. I think that's nice. I think that's fine. Kinda want to see. Is there an example for adding a starter? Not very sure. I think it's quite straightforward. There is no issue. Just create the pull request for the starter to be added to the site. Now that that's over, that's enough. Okay, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to check this site. Showcase. No. Plugins. Tutorial. Docs. Starter library. This guy had some issues in mobile, I think. At least on my phone it breaks very gnarly. How the heck do you even wanna use this? Display flex. Which a bunch of calculations, which is okay. I think this should just be like mobile, this should just be like full width, I feel. position sticky. Interesting. Maybe you should take the search out of there. You don't want the search to be sticky. Or leave the heading behind. Who cares about that 35? This is good. Why is there one label for two? For this input, but then also for the link. And then this is VG what? Like some margin left. I think this is fine. Just need to move the heading up and then this guy just needs to have margin left 0 basically. To be honest, because they're only one item. Okay, so something like that should kind of like do the trick. Let's see if we can find this file. Components, assets, views, utils, templates, showcase, starter library, starter list, index. Okay, we have a starting point, so let me see. This I don't care about. This we don't care about anymore. Let's see. What changes do I have? Let's save those changes. What changes do I have? Plugin sharp. No. To get this, git fetch, git remote upstream, git fetch upstream master. Your branch is ahead of origin master. Because origin is my repository, right? Yeah. Quickly get some water. Okay, this is still writing objects. It might take a while. It's taking so long. But in the meantime, we can anyway investigate. So, URL states, helmet, yada yada. Again, we need to find the string that says Gatsby started. Submit a starter could be a good indication. Helmet, filtered starters. Okay, Let's look at filtered starters. Submit a starter. Submit a starter, that's our button right here. Maybe we want to do some changes to the label of the button. Filter categories. Okay. That that's good. Icon prop text component. Interesting. It's a bit nasty because I wanted to move this up, but then again they have it here. Oh. Interesting. I need to take note of something actually. This seems to have updated.
This wall will fall, beliefs become reality. Across Europe, this wall will fall, for it cannot stand
Before
faith. It
Okay. Gatsby image. That's interesting. Tux templates. Yara yara yara. Wow. Cool. interesting stuff. I think that's gonna have to cut it for today. I'm gonna continue looking at that thing, and then maybe tomorrow we can have a look at the Home Assistant repository. Until tomorrow.